Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire ordinal ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have an emergency right now. We have an emergency update for you guys. SATS is flying. SATS is on fire. SATS is going to the moon. It's up almost 300% since Saturday. It is absolutely blowing minds. I had no idea this was going to happen. We got the Unisat swap dropping on Wednesday for ordinal holders, or the holder of their basically their token lock coming up on Wednesday. And then the 25th is around the corner where it opens up the public. And I don't know where SATS is going to be when this thing opens up. So without further ado, let me bring in my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What is up? What is up?
Dude, it's going nuts, bro. You called this. You were on this weeks ago. You were talking about this during the thing when you could get it so much cheaper on the open market without minting. And now it's minted out. It's going crazy. What's going on, bro?
Yeah. It was actually, I think, like a month and a half ago, or maybe around there. But like, I started noticing it, and shout out the first thing that like really made me notice it was Jake Gallen actually posted about it like months ago. I want to say like almost 3 months ago, and he posted and said something like, SATS could be something like Doge, and I started thinking about it, and I was like, yeah, man, it could. Supply is huge, but like the name is very brandable. Everybody in crypto knows stack sats. They know what that means. They know that sats is short for Satoshi, which is the smallest unit of currency in Bitcoin, or smallest unit of Bitcoin. And so I just knew that like there was an opportunity here. But and then once like Block started talking about it and saying, hey, there's somebody that's like minting, some big movers and players here that's making this mint push along, I was just like, okay, I got to make sure that I secure my position here.
Yeah, man. And then and now freaking 4 to 5x later, I mean, we're flying. And shout out Block, man. He was on this super early as well. And this thing, it's just, I don't know, it's been a rocket ship today. We saw it on Saturday around 0.005, and now it's at 0.00, like I want to say 845 or
Yeah.
0.000845. But it's blowing minds.
Yeah, it is. And it had reached like 0.0005 before, but like it always, like that was where the resistance was really strong, and it just bounced back and stuff. But
Yeah,
like it's blown by that. It's like blown by 6, it blew through 7. Now we're here at 8. And I think what's happening is there's people that are anticipating the 18th, which is Wednesday, and that's supposedly the first day that like the first phase of users will be able to be on mainnet. And I think what's happening is there's some whales that are trying to prepare their liquidity pools and trying to figure out what they're going to do here. And then it's trickling down to like people like us talking about it, people like Mattyverse talking about it, people everywhere on Twitter is talking about it. And it's just going nuts within ordinals right now. Imagine once this breaks out of ordinals, because it has every characteristic of a meme token taking off, and actually doing some really like I don't know, like big jumps up, because it's not the same type of meme token as like the jokes before. It's there's a little bit more seriousness to it, and it's announced that it's the gas token.
Yeah. That's the thing too. They made this token have utility, right? We'd never seen anything like this before. A token that came out of nowhere and was really doing something. And now it's technically the Unisat token. Like there's no difference if they put out a token and this token. If they just adopted this and say, hey, SATS is our token, you cannot call this a security.
Yeah.
Bitcoin and stuff like that. Am I freezing out?
You froze a little bit, but you're good.
Yeah, so no one knows who deployed it, right? It came out of nowhere. It's just perfect to be like their token if they choose to be.
Yeah. No, I agree. And it's SATS, Unisat, and it just works perfectly, right? And the one thing that really kind of gets me going and my imagination a little bit is, okay, so they're using it as like a fee token / gas, however you want to call it, right? But what will stop them from building out their entire ecosystem on this mini L2 environment that they've created for the swap, right? We saw that they partnered with this DAO swap that does stable tokens. What if that comes over here? What if someone builds out just only a staking platform that isn't a swap, like Beefy or whatever, something, that like that, those type of finance DeFi applications. So if that happens, man, I'm even more bullish on sats because then it's going to be used even more for gas, right? And staking and pools and all these things. And then it gets to that next level. I mean, what chain token have you heard of that is used for gas that gets to the centralized exchange level, whether that's Binance or Coinbase or, another, they go on all of them if it gets big, doesn't really just take off in terms of total value.
Yeah. Yep. It's basically the Ethereum of the ordinals, right?
For now, yeah. I mean,
for now, like, I mean, it's what it is. Like, it's the only comparison. Everything's going to be like, in my opinion, once the LP pools start, once the liquidity pools start, that's when you're going to see Sats and everything. Sats and OXBT, Sats and VMPX, Sats and Ordi, Sats. That's going to be the main.
Sats and honk.
Sats and honk. They're right there alone. I'm sure Block's gonna put some up to that. But exactly to my point, like, you're gonna see so much liquidity pairs with Sats. And to me, if I was going to get into something, it's a lot less risky to maybe trade in with Sats. Let's say if I wanted some track, to trade in my Sats for some track, right? And then I'm thinking, oh wait, no, you know what? Maybe I wanted some VMPX. I'd probably go track back into Sats and then Sats back into VMPX, just because I know the liquidity is there and I'm not going to get caught with my pants down.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. And then we don't know what they're going to do with Bitcoin. Obviously, we want that to be there. I just feel like it has to be, whether that's like going to be like a synthetic version of it, like, I don't know, SBTC or something. We'll see what they decide to do with that, because I mean, let's be realistic. To succeed, they will have to have a wrapped version of Bitcoin, or some sort of representation of Bitcoin. Some sort of representation of a stable token. Right.
Sure.
So I just don't see it not. I don't see it not being there. I don't know.
Well, that kind of brings us into my next point here, which is how much liquidity is about to drop onto Bitcoin in the next couple of days. Obviously the 25th is when it opens to the public, but like, how much liquidity? See Bitcoin down here, and if you open Bitcoin up, you kind of really get a hint of actually we've got like Lightning Network sitting at around 150 million. Then we have Thorchain, which is a bridge, right? That from Ethereum to Bitcoin, and that's sitting about 24 million in liquidity. And then you got Beefy, which is sitting at 10.41, but I think that's wrapped Bitcoin. I don't even know if that's regular Bitcoin. And then you got like Boring Dale, which this is new to me. Menteo, which is $1 million. It's actually new to me as well.
But these small though, and this is because of years of the suppressed energy coming from the maxis. Look what they have done. No, I'm just kidding. But hey, I'll say thank you to them, because they got us into where before anything blows up, right, and gets really big. But if you go back out to that other previous page, you can see and kind of compare, just like, how, like, Bitcoin is ranked number 12, but like the total liquidity on Bitcoin is $500 million, right? And so, or sorry, $500 billion, not $500 million. Like, hardly any of that's coming into this environment, right? So what is Ordinals going to do? I think Ordinals, I said it to you a little bit before the show, but I think like a 200 million total value on this Unisat ecosystem or environment, if it builds out a little bit within, like, I would say 2 to 4, maybe 6 months. I think that would be like somewhat of a success if we're still in the bear market. If we're in the bull market, it could get to $1 billion total value easy.
So you're thinking between Avalanche and Solana?
For short term, that's something that's possible. It really depends on how much from the outside sees this as an opportunity, right? That's really what's going to tell, because like, there's ordinals, people in ordinals, you can tell they're really excited. The Chinese community is really excited about it, but like, we're going to need to get some of these EVM people really excited about it too, right? So
Well, that's a thing though, because like when all the EVM people they use DeFi Llama, right? So to me, and this is just my opinion, but I think Unisat will be number one in the matter of days.
wow.
I think we're going to see over 150 million locked up in TVL
I mean, where is that
within.
150 million at?
Well, you have to
You,
lock it up on the Lightning Network.
I know, but like, what is it being like? What are people earning yield on that? Like,
No. So, well, yeah, kind of. So you earn transaction fees. Like say you had a node and you wanted to lock up, you would have to lock up Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. So when people do a transaction,
the
they're using
liquidity's
your,
there.
yeah, exactly. Liquidity is there for the transaction, and you earn fees on that.
Yeah. So
But you need to lock it up to
my
do.
my point that I was trying to make was like 150 million, dude. That is so tiny.
It
Minute.
is
That's like for how much freaking the Bitcoiners been talking about Lightning Network for so long, and there's only 150 million
50.
total value, dude. That's
Yep.
sad. That's sad.
Yep. Yep.
Um, Now, with that being said, let's hope this changes. With the ordinals and Unisat, and let's see what happens. Because then, what will happen is Bison Labs could be
Yeah.
number two. Then after that,
Yeah.
you know,
Yep. And you got to think too. This is Thorchain, right?
yeah,
You're gonna see Libre up here really soon with the VMPX bridge, and I think they doubled this number
Libre.
pretty easily. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, because I mean, like, they're not just using VMPX. You can bridge anything, right?
because so yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Um, yeah. So that I mean that's definitely crazy because like the total value locked is 180. It's not even 200 million for Bitcoin with all
Nope,
those
150.
environments. You
So
know,
I definitely see Unisat taking the number one spot. Am I wrong?
uh, I think eventually, yeah, but like, I mean, I don't know,
You
like
don't think
we're
so? 150? That's not that much.
It's not, but, like, you have to understand, like, we're really bullish on it right now because like, we've been
Yeah,
waiting for this. Like, so it hits us harder than it's going to hit, like, someone from the outside. Now,
yeah,
do I think that these other entities would have raised 50 million if they didn't think there was a shot for, like, this to really take off? No. Is 50 million a huge amount? No, not in these environments, but still, like, you know, yeah. To short answer, I think there's a good shot that like it will surpass the 150 million in a short period, but we really need to see what the first couple of weeks is gonna feel like.
yeah, 100%. But I'm in camp 7 days.
Wow,
7 days.
wow,
But
that's I mean, we'll see what happens. Like I believe me,
yeah,
I'm super bullish, especially with sats and that could be sats could be the reason why. It could be
yeah,
what pulls people over here.
I
Because
agree.
they could be like, I want to get into Sats. I missed my chance on Doge, and then I missed my chance on Sheeb. I don't
Yep,
want to miss my chance on Sats.
yep.
So
I agree. And it's as easy enough as opening up a Unisat wallet, right? It's not, I mean, sending some Bitcoin from a centralized exchange and open up a Unisat wallet and you're in. Like it's not, there's no barrier to entry like there used to be with things, right? Like you don't have to, like let's just say like if you wanted to get on the Phantom chain, like you couldn't do it through Coinbase. You'd have to find, an exchange that did that. Like there's barrier to entry. There's no barrier. You can get Bitcoin anywhere.
yeah, that
Anywhere.
is very
So
true. Yeah, and it's so easy to send it from like a centralized exchange. I think like
yes.
we need to highlight that a lot more because
You can do it on
um,
Cash App. Everyone has Cash App. Like I send Bitcoin off Cash App all the time.
yeah,
So it's like, and when I that's kind of like my main one to use because the fees are so cheap. Like it's $1.99 to send over $100. So
yep,
but yeah.
yep, yep. Um,
So we got a few
yeah,
other things that we want to talk about. You want to
Yeah, so Unisat Mini L2 environment. So that's something that I want to talk about because like they announced that SATS is going to be the fee slash gas token for the swap. Now that's huge, but like imagine if there's these other applications, they already have the stable coin application that might, I don't know if that's going to end up being living on this Mini L2 environment, but I just hope that they build that out because then SATS will just be more, the utility will be further spread out you
yeah.
know and so that's something that like we can have staking mechanism applications, we can have gambling sites, we can have all these different types of yield type of website protocols, right? So
Yeah.
that's also interesting. I mean, I don't know. What do you think about that? Do you think that they're gonna lean towards that because they did announce SATS as the fee token, or do you think that they're just thinking we're just gonna do that for the swap?
No, I like I said before, I think SATS will be Unisat's token. I think that they're going to use that just as if they would have like Phantom uses the Phantom token. I feel like they are really using that because they're getting away from security stuff, and just like the rumor that has it that we might have to KYC, which the reason for that would have to be liable in a lot of states, right? So in order to be, let's just say like a Coinbase or something like that, they need to have KYC. They need to have all their T's crossed and their I's dotted, right? So
Hmm.
this is just another way to show, hey, we don't have a token. And it's a way for them to have a token, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
for
the
sure.
best of both worlds.
Yeah,
So to
exactly.
me, anything on this module, what do they call it? The black module, the white module, right? Something like that.
Well, I think the black and white modules are more for recognizing legitimate BRC20s is the white module, and then the black module is waiting for those BRC20s to be like recognized, right?
I
So
got you.
like once they
Yeah.
come out of the black, they go into the white. Um, but the other modules that they can create can
Gotcha.
support different protocols, right?
Makes
So
sense.
this is something that's different. You don't really see much. But I guess you kind of do see it on Uniswap because you can switch to Polygon, Arbitrum, Ethereum, and then I think there's one more. I can't remember what it
Yeah.
is. But like you can like on all those environments, you can use Uniswap, right? So maybe that's what they're these other modules that they've discussed, with runes, that they said
Yep.
we can support runes. And then Bison Labs kind of uses that same approach too.
Or even stacks.
Yeah.
Stacks could with same work in their Domo, potentially they could have a module that they bridge from stacks to the module, right?
Yeah.
So and that could create a lot of liquidity on the main chain and send it back to stacks. So it's another way on and off. And this is just me thinking. I haven't heard anything about that, but it's just another thing that possibly that could happen, and you never know. But let's just say like someone like I don't know, like Aave or Maker. They want to get in the Bitcoin game. It's easy enough as to just use the infrastructure that's built by Unisat, right?
Yeah.
So
100%. 100%. And um you used Alex early,
yeah,
with stacks, and you've used and seen me use the Unisat swap.
yep.
Can you tell the difference between? Can you explain to the audience the difference between the two?
I mean, it's night and day. When I used the Alex swap, I had to wait over an hour to I traded I think it was stacks for USDT because I bridged over USDT from Binance Smart Chain onto the Stacks protocol or the Alex protocol, and then I had to convert that to Alex to get the gas fee, and then it took like 35-40 minutes to get a transaction through. It was nothing like what you showed with the Unisat where it was like seconds, boom. It was a good hour sometimes for a transaction for just Stacks to USDT to Alex.
Well, what about like once you got it on Alex? Was it pretty quick?
No, 40 minutes for every trade.
Oh, really?
Every trade.
Wow, wow, that's crazy.
Every
So,
single trade.
so I think that's going to be like the biggest, you know, kind of thing that's coming out of this is that like this is this is the first. This is
Yeah.
going to be the first like
Yep.
this.
Yep.
You guys have seen our test net. It's lightning fast once you get your BRC into the transfer mode into the swap.
Yep.
Everything's lightning fast, lightning
Yeah.
fast. And then when you deposit or withdraw, that's the only time you have to wait for the 3 confirmations. But
Yep.
I mean, we're waiting on 3 confirmations anyways on Bitcoin for like
Yep.
the NFT style trading that we're
Yep.
doing,
Yeah. And at that
So
point, once you're in, it might not be a good idea to take it out. Like, why would you keep putting in and put out? Have a
yeah,
little bit of liquidity on the BRC20 side, and have a little bit of liquidity in the module side, right? So that way you don't have to unless you really need the money, you got to get back to Bitcoin for whatever reason, right? Then you bridge out and you get your Bitcoin, you send it to your Cash App, you put it back in your bank. But like to me, I'm going to keep everything in the module as long as I know it's safe, right?
Yeah,
Like,
for sure. For sure. I agree with you. Unless you've made like everybody's gonna have different personal goals,
yeah,
right? Like so like if someone's like trading or whatever, then they're gonna do something different. If you're in there and you just want to leave it in there, you can, but like, I think the biggest and most important part is the seamlessness, right? And
yeah,
so that's going to be important. The staking is going to be important. The
yes, that's
LPs,
huge.
those things, that's going to be very, very important.
100%, and I definitely agree. And I'm really excited I want to touch it. I want to get in there. I want to play with it. I want to play with mainnet, man. I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Hopefully we get that access like we did early. So,
Yep.
or earlier. So Unisat, come through so we can
Yeah.
showcase it more.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
Um, But yeah, so like what I feel like is going to happen is if this is a success,
Yes.
um, and people start to really start trading, and activity and volume starts to pick up, and Sats creates this craze. I expect Bison Labs and Tap Protocol to start creating LPs on the Bison Labs network because it is
Yes.
very similar in terms of module whenever they're talking about the module side of things, because Unisat did use roll-up technology. Now
Yep.
it's probably different the way that Bison Labs is doing it, but this is perfect for Tap Protocol, man. Perfect for
Yep.
Tap Protocol. So all you Tap fans out there that are Benny fans and Track fans, man, this actually, Bison Labs, in my opinion, gives Tap a world to live in.
Yep.
Um, because yes, it's a meta protocol that's similar to BRC, which is a meta protocol on top of a meta protocol, but BRC20 is kind of got this corner in like with the ordinals community a bit. They were first, and they have Unisat, and Unisat's
Yep.
going to build out that ecosystem. And guess what? Now Tap is partnering with Bison Labs, and let's go ahead and take Tap protocol tokens over there, and we will start the Bison. They will start. I say we because I am Tap protocol token holders. Yeah, I have some of the tokens, but why not like start that protocol, and it's going to be its own environment.
Yep.
Stuff will get built on there, and then you'll have the Unisat mini L2. Then we have the ordinals for just really kind of like the NFTs, dude. That seems like a peaceful, cohesive, amazing environment to
Yep.
live next to each other.
And you got to remember too is like, so Bison's already taking a fully generated community of people, right? So the track Discord is always covering people. So Bison is not only creating liquidity on their network, they're bringing in an already built community, which is the biggest thing. The biggest thing to me about anything in this space is going in and grabbing an already built community and adopting them and saying, "Hey
Multiple,
guys, multiple
multiple
communities."
communities though, because
They
you
got
know
the bitmap
why?
community as well.
Yes, that's huge. The bitmap community is
Yep,
huge, guys. And Bison Labs already told us that they are tokenizing your bitmaps.
yep,
They're giving you the ability to lock up your bitmaps, create liquidity pools with
yep,
your bitmaps, and be able to trade them like tokens.
yep,
And so I've had this mindset of bitmap value is not justified right now
yep,
because I feel like it's extremely undervalued. There's only 844,000 or 811,000 total. It's the same number as the blocks mined, same number as uncommon sats, but yet uncommon sats are 20 times more the value. So, but what will being able to trade these bitmaps do and create liquidity pools? It's going to increase the value. First, it's taking some
yep,
out of circulation. Whatever happens in that environment, certain amount of bitmaps will be taken out of circulation, locked up in those pools. You can take them out, but it's going to constantly be a back and forth
yep,
flow. Then you have the bitmaps that are going to be on the platforms, the ordinal platforms. Then you'll have the bitmap ecosystems that you're going to have to use to actually connect to these bitmap applications. You got recursive
yeah,
verse building. So you're going to have so many different ways of taking circulation out. And so, not financial advice, but I am bullish on the future of bitmaps because of that in terms of
yeah.
asset value.
Yep. I definitely agree, and I am the, just make sure everyone knows I am heavily accumulating bitmaps, and I hate saying that because I don't want you guys to jack up the price on me, but I'm constantly buying them, and I am so bullish on them as a token, and not just a token, but being able to be a metaverse. There's so many different this thing can be so many different things, and then with the parcels inside, there's just, oh man, I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's there's so much that can be unlocked with these things.
You just
And
need one. You just need one super, super crazy, addictive,
experiment. Yeah.
or huge, great use case application attached to bitmaps for it to start to catch on super fire, right? And then, but you just need one. But
Yep.
in my opinion, that one will spur like a revolution, or
Yep.
a just be contagious for like other builders to say, okay, like I want to build my application on bitmap
Yep.
theory, and then then you start having multiple, right?
Yeah.
And there's some good ones out there. They're just not fully developed yet, and
Yeah.
they're not finalized and stuff. But I think, like, in my opinion, I feel like the one that's going to be the most successful first is going to be one of the most simplest things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like one of the most simplest things that you want to use. You need it type of situation.
Yeah. You know what I just thought about? Bitcoin's becoming like a layer zero, right? And all of these protocols are, they're kind of building their own layer ones, right? Bitcoin's going to become like the basically the foundation for all these different things to be built on, right? And but it's all going to lead back down to having security of the biggest and most decentralized cloud in the world, which is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is just a cloud, a storage cloud, right?
Yeah.
That's not operated by anyone but the people who are mining it for to get the incentive of the token, and everything else is being built on top of it, and it is absolutely insane.
It's
It's insane to
amazing.
think about.
Well, and it's
It's
different
crazy.
than Ethereum too, because if you think about Ethereum, there was stuff that like built on Ethereum, but then it like kind of went on its own way. But really, it
Yeah,
is just like a mirror of Ethereum a lot of times. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? It's like, okay, so what can I do on here? Okay, so it's a little bit faster, it's a little bit
yeah,
cheaper, or it's a lot cheaper a lot of times. But other than those two things, like what else can I do? Oh, the same, like the capabilities are mostly the
yeah.
same. You know what I mean? Like in terms of
100%.
what you can build. But like with what we have over here, it's different. They're different meta protocols. Like Bitmap, like literally could have its own thing and detach away from ordinals and like have its own application
Yep.
ecosystem. It kind of has it. And
Yeah.
then you have BRC20s that are doing that. And then you'll have
Yep.
Bison Labs that's kind of
Yep.
doing that, right? So maybe there's
ARC 20s.
yeah, that's totally different. Like
I know.
atomicals, so I feel like it's different, and it's going to be more attractive to like people once a lot of these
Yeah.
environments fully build out.
And to your point, runes, pipe, atomicals. Like Bitcoin is this layer zero that's having all these layer ones on top. And if we can kind of like get it to the point where we're using everything, but not really knowing what you're using, that's going to attract so many non techie guys who
Yeah,
become to just get over here and open up a wallet and really just like, just go. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just play.
In my opinion, I think the ones that are similar though there's going to be one of those. So, for example, you have runes, pipe, and atomicals. I don't think
Yeah.
all three of those coexist, and I don't think. I think actually because they're different enough right now that we can see. I think Bison Labs and Unisat layer 2, whatever they decide to do with it, I think those
They're
could
similar.
coexist. I think they could coexist because, like, well, maybe they do get to a point where they're too similar and one ends up cannibalizing the other. We'll see.
See,
But
I disagree. I see them all working together. I see we're all going to be able to vote with our mouse and our keyboards, right? So
yeah,
if there's something that I want to play with over on let's just say on Bison Labs, and then that same day I want to take that same liquidity and put it on atomicals, that really opens up a bridge. Someone
well,
that
I think
someone could
Bison
create
Labs
to
and
get over there.
Atomicals are different enough, though.
But
I
that's
think
what I'm saying. There's bridges that are
they're
going to be able
different
to push
enough.
everything
They're
together.
different enough to coexist. What I'm talking about is like atomicals. runes, and pipe, those are all very similar. Like, atomicals, I could say, is pretty.
That's
I mean,
not
there is
different.
differences. There is differences
There's
between
difference in all. That's what I'm saying. I think they all can be their own. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you just so sometimes you go to a different mall sometimes because there's different stores in that mall, right? There's
Yeah,
gonna be different applications on pipe that there is on runes because Benny's probably gonna build them, and like Benny's people are gonna build that, and there might
yeah,
not be the same. There might be forks of that on different like ARC20s, runes, and pipe, but there might not be that store that you want to go to. So you might have to figure out a way to bridge it. And if there's a need to do something like a bridge, there's going to be people that are going to be they're going to want to
build
build
it.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you
Yeah,
build it, they will come. And I feel like let's just have 300 different protocols on Bitcoin's layer 0. You know what I mean? And let them all just let's just build, man. Let's just build.
yeah. I mean, I think that, yeah, people will copy stuff eventually. I think
Yeah,
that for sure.
100%. There'll be
Because
forks
then,
of it,
like,
but it'll never be that original.
yeah, yeah, I agree. We're so early. We still have to find the originals, right? Yeah, because, like,
Exactly.
if you think about, like, atomicals, runes, and pipe, they're all being stored in the op return, but at the same time, like, they all have, like, fundamental differences about them. Like ARC20s are backed. Each token is backed by one single SAT.
Yes,
Pipe
and pipe's
pipe
not doing
doesn't
that.
pipe doesn't do that. It stores it just in the UTXO altogether.
Yeah.
And I think Runes does that too. The UTXO,
Uh,
not the stat by. It doesn't. Each
yeah,
token's not
not
backed
yet.
by a stat. Yeah,
It
we
should be.
yeah we have to know more about Runes. I feel like that's
Yeah.
kind of. But yeah,
Yeah, we'll have
man.
to take a deep dive in the all Casey's paperwork on that. But yeah, but like again, like like with atomicals, with his realms and this containers and stuff like that. Like
That's so
there's a lot
different.
going on
I feel
there,
like
so
Atomicals is, like, definitely, like, the most different out of all because that's proof of work too, bit work.
I know.
You know what I
I
mean?
know.
Like that. So, we just kind of have to see. We have to wait and
Yeah.
see.
And we're all gonna vote with our mouses, right? That's whatever we choose to click on, that'll be the winner. And if everyone's picking different winners, we're gonna have a giant ecosystem of different things.
Exactly. But yeah, man, I'm excited, and
Me too.
you know, so for all you guys out there that have been kind of holding on and waiting for with your BRC20s, this is a time to be excited because the swap is going live. You might not initially have access to it, but you're gonna get a sneak peek to see like what people are saying and what
Yep.
they're doing, and come up with your own strategy and all these things. Use research and all these things. So I think that if this really starts to catch momentum, that we're gonna start moving very, very fast in the space, way fast, even more fast than what it's been. And it's been really fast.
I agree. It's time, guys. It's time. It's time, right? So the UFC guy said
It's
it's time.
time. Yeah.
I'm
So
hyped, dude. I'm ready. Yeah, I think that's everything we went to go over, right?
yep. That is all.
Oh yeah. One more. What'd you think about
Oh,
this?
boo. No,
What'd you think
man.
about
I'm
this?
gonna tell you a little story. So I woke up this morning. I was super happy about SATS. I was like, yeah, man, SATS is moving. This is kind of what I expected to happen, all this stuff. Then I was like, something happened to where either I saw the price of Bitcoin, and then I messaged you and you go, it's because of we got, you messaged me out of nowhere and said, we
Yeah.
got an ETF.
Yep.
So I was like, oh my God, no way. And then so I
Yep.
got like my tweet ready, and I used the Titanic tweet that was like, it's been 84 years. and then for some reason, I don't know what I just felt like it was like not an appropriate post for some reason. And I took it down within like 2 minutes without anything else
Yeah.
happening. Like I just took it down. Then I like was looking at Bitcoin. I was like, damn, it's at 28.5. It was at 30,000. I was like, man, these money
Yeah.
makers market makers are ruthless. And
Yeah.
then I
That's what you
texted
messaged
you.
me.
Oh yeah, I messaged you. I was like, dude, the market makers are like murdering these people that took longs. And you
Yep.
go, no, it's because that news was fake. I had texted my brother and everything. I was like, bro, like the ETF got approved. Like this is gonna be huge. And then I
Yep.
had to text him and be like, it was a lie.
Yeah. So for people that are listening, BTC ETF fake news by Cointelegraph. Cointelegraph came out this morning, and I want to say around it was early, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and they said that the iShares ETF by BlackRock got approved, and BlackRock came out about 15 minutes later and said, no, this did not get approved. We just checked on it, and it's still in the SEC. So so you saw shorts get liquidated, longs get liquidated, and then back exactly to where it was. It was ruthless. It was reckless by Cointelegraph to do that. It was some of the most unseen shit that I've ever seen, and it really, really puts a damper on what's going on, because Gary Gensler's biggest thing is, he always says, is it's very, very manipulated. That's why he doesn't want the ETF, we just proved him right.
Yeah, but so it actually reminded me of the FTX news, because I remember we were catching momentum as a space. I actually took a position in Polygon right before that, and like Polygon was like rocking and rolling, and then next thing you know, like I was up dramatically, and then all of a sudden, like someone posted that FTX was insolvent, and then all of a sudden, like it went like super like hardcore red candle, and that's exactly what it felt like this morning. I thank God I didn't have any positions, like trading positions, but I know people did, and that sucks. I'm sorry for you guys, man, because like that could give you a heart attack, bro.
It could.
You know what I mean? Like when you jump up to like $3,000 in Bitcoin price, and you know, if you have like a 10x long or something, and then it crashes back down, that's, you just like, it's so stressful. And I definitely put all of this on Cointelegraph. 100%. It's on Cointelegraph, because if you cannot clarify with your source that this is, and your source better be like really, really good for something like this. You don't deserve, you deserve to get reprimanded, in my opinion. $100 million was lost.
You know,
could
you imagine CNBC doing something like this?
No,
you know what I mean?
You know, and the CEO of Cointelegraph had the nerve to say that it was a devastating event, but this is what happens whenever you have to try to be the first always, because of societal pressures to get news out. So you're indexed in Google like well, and all these things, and that pissed me off pretty like a lot, because to me, first of all, whoever like their PR person is should get fired immediately,
right away.
Because the PR person needs to contact the CEO and say, hey, this is what we're going with. And if that was what they're going with, then yeah, they deserve to you know, just
I agree.
Yeah, they deserve to just, you know, get what
the
their
backlash.
Get what's coming to them.
100%.
I just saw
100%.
I just saw a headline on Twitter. That's what it said. Breaking. Breaking. Gary Gensler, SEC chairman, has resigned. Reported.
Get out of here. No way.
Source. Cointelegraph.
Yeah. Okay. It was obviously a joke by someone, right?
Yeah. So that's not news. Obviously.
Not news. That would be the most amazing news ever. But
yeah.
But well, all right, guys. We appreciate you watching. If you cannot watch, you can definitely listen. We're on Apple, we're on Spotify. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate every single view, every single watch, and we're bringing you. This is not even our normal time to do our updates, but we felt like we needed to put this out there, and we needed to give you guys the news as soon as possible. And we could not wait till Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure. And remember, always do your own research. Never take any of our advice. We're not financial advisors or anything like that. None of our content is financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. And, you know, we just want to be able to, you know, get some research out there. And that's it. You know, we appreciate all the support that you guys bring. We try to bring it every time, guys, you know, and we know that you guys know, because we hear it in the community, and we appreciate all your comments and all the love whenever we're in crypto Twitter, crypto X, or whatever you want to call it now. And we appreciate it. We're going to keep bringing it. We're going to keep bringing it until we reach Valhalla together.
Yeah, guys. And we're going to be doing a live tomorrow, right? Do the Unisat.
Yeah.
Unisat live?
yeah, we do a live tomorrow. Hopefully we will have access to it though, you know. So
Well, no, we would use testnet. It's not up till Wednesday.
oh, that's right. Yeah. So
Just go over it quickly. Show anyone who just needs a quick quick tutorial of what's going on. We'll come on for a little bit and go live. Any questions? Be prepared for that because
yeah,
should be fun.
yeah, we'll do some Q&A too. Yeah, for sure. Should be fun.
See you guys.
Excited. Peace.
Yeah, man. Peace.